the recap for when you're about to do the recap. All right. So you guys returned from the Valley of Winds. The world was messed up as you returned to Lord Baron's Divider. Drell, you now have your axe. The three of you got your weapons socketed. So Minish, you got the sling, which gave you benefits. Drell, you got the axe, which gave you certain benefits. And Armos, you got your tome socketed, which gave you certain benefits. You learned about like what's happened since you've been gone because the number of months have passed. You've learned about the monster aggression, the high cultist activity, the weakened state of the Kingdom of Aramor. Demons are running around. You notice that Lord Baron's Divider is completely messed up, and Bowden, while remaining in Nothic form, only coming out to help with the shield that is now like protecting Lord Baron's Divider, which is being used as a place of refuge. You've learned that smaller towns have taken safe passage in Shadowfell because demons cannot reach that plane of existence. You guys were gonna go to a outpost just outside the Red City, the city of Stratham. The outpost is called the Stratham Hamlet Outpost. It's a small town just a little north outside the Red City. This is where like soldiers come to rest. It's about like half a day's trip, less than a half a day's trip from the city. You're gonna meet somebody named Morgan Ulfil, who was going to provide you a way to sneak into the city because Red City has all these monsters coming out of the main gates, and the Kingdom of Aramor's forces are constantly fighting to hold those really big monsters at bay and stopping them from escaping the city. And the last thing that we ended off on was Reginald returning.
Yay.
And that happened after Armos's book was socketed with the gem. He appeared on your shoulder after they made you believe that he was gone. Okay, so
dude, that was awesome. Let's just use that.
no, f- you.
Dan, you're gonna just literally take that and put it in there, right?
No.
I can't wait till it just rolls on Tony.
Yeah.
I mean, if it rolls on Tony, he does it again, right? Like, I mean, that's only fair.
No. No.
Yes, because you made us roll for recap, even though you didn't want to use that one.
It's not the same.
That's exactly
I'm
the same.
being bullied right now. You guys don't take notes.
And action.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to DND404. I am your DM, Tony, and joining with me today are the other three favorite mob movies I like to watch on Sunday. Fellas, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, starting with Jared, you come to me on this day to ask for a favor, the day on which we record D&D. Jared!
What's going on, guys? Armos checking in. My favorite mob movie is I gotta go with The Departed. It's pretty amazing. I love that movie.
Good one.
Almost took mine.
It's a good one. It's a good one. I got one question for you on that. Are you a cop?
Nope.
Are you a cop?
Not me.
Are you a cop?
You know what? She died funny.
Never seen it.
What?
What?
Damn.
What? I thought it was your number one, dude. I thought that was yours. Like,
Nope.
if you've never seen it, highly suggest watching
Yeah,
it.
that's high up for me.
really good. I'm not a big mob movie kind of guy, but it's a good one.
All right.
Leo DiCaprio.
Hello, everybody. I am Dan. I play Minus Pebblewalker, your tiny little swarm keeper ranger, and I'm definitely the Mr. Pink of Reservoir Dogs of this podcast, Mr. Tarantino.
It's a good one.
Which
seen it.
guys are you? What the?
Oh my god. Really?
How?
I don't know if I would consider that a mob movie, though.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reservoir Dog.
How is that not a mob movie?
Real quick, just to refresh my memory. That's like the movie takes place after they committed the heist and like they're trying to figure out what went wrong.
Yeah, but it has all the flashbacks to when they're like,
Yeah. Okay. I would consider that more of a heist movie. It's been a very long
They
time.
are in a mob.
Oh, okay.
So it's Ocean's 11.
All right. How about you, Alec?
Well, my name is Alec. I play Drell of the Ashbourne. And my favorite mob movie, got to get that B in there, is Public Enemies with Johnny Depp. He portrays John Dillinger from the Great Depression. It's pretty good. And it's the whole movie is about him getting chased by the FBI and like as the FBI is like first being created and stuff, and he like robs banks and stuff. It's during the Great Depression, like I said, so people saw him as like, I guess, like a crappy version of like Robin Hood, but it's pretty good. Check it out. What about you, Tony?
I'm stuck between two, but I'm gonna go with the first one I ever saw. It's gotta be Goodfellas, bro. It's gotta be Goodfellas. That's the best. My favorite mob movie. It's right there next to Scarface. That's two favorite mob movies, I would say. Classics.
Never seen it.
Oh, dude. Man, you got you have a
That's
whole
the one
day.
with Joe Pesci.
Okay, they all have Joe Pesci.
Oh, is that do they? I don't know.
No, Joe Pesci isn't in Scarface, but Joe Pesci's in like 95% of mob movies that are out there. But yeah, Joe Pesci's one of the main characters with Robert De Niro and what's the I'm drawing a blank now because I put it on the spot. Ray Liotta. I don't know if you haven't seen it. People who have seen Goodfellas are definitely shaking their head right now. But it's a great movie. It's fantastic. My favorite. And with that being said, you know the deal. We're going to go ahead and do the recap. But before we do the recap, we're going to do the rundown. And today's rundown is brought to you by Dan.
Hello, everybody. I'm running down the Discord today, and specifically a new channel in the Discord. So all of November, I will be collecting photos and videos, whatever you want to do, because we are going to do a video where we rate your D&D setup. So please go to the Discord. I will have it'll already be there as of November 1st, but there will be a channel where you can submit those. If you want to submit in some other way, whether it's on Reddit or email, go ahead. But the main thing we're going to be doing, and probably the best way to get your setup seen, is going to be in Discord. So if you haven't joined yet, definitely worth it. We got a really lovely crowd in there, very welcoming, very wholesome. So Discord for D&D 404. All right, Tony, how about we roll that recap?
All right. Where I roll a giant rubber foam D4 half eaten by my bunny, where I'm number 1, 2 is Alec, 3 is Dan, and 4 is Jared. How am I rolling it today?
Bounce stand up, put the dice on the back of your chair, like on the top of it. Give it an old falcon punch right into that picture back there. Yep. And then falcon punch it. Yep. You got to say it, though.
Please don't punch the chair and break your hand right before we record.
Whoa! The chair would break first.
I literally said, please don't, man. I don't want you to do it.
But you got to say falcon punch.
Well, falcon punch!
That was pretty damn good.
It was pretty
Son
good.
of a
And it was a 1.
Hey!
Nice. From the top, Tony. From the top.
Yeah, we're using the 1 before. Fuck you.
No, because we
no,
went back
you're
to it.
bullying me. You're bullying me again. I just did it. No, you're bullying me again.
You said we had to do it, even though you were going to do it in the recording, so do it.
Oh my God. How am I doing it?
Like you just did it earlier.
Like
Or
a
better.
mafioso.
You gotta do it with a mob voice.
Oh, a
for sure.
mafioso?
Oh, yeah.
Look, I come here and you treat me like this.
my daughters to be married.
I can't do that, guys. I can't do the Godfather.
And then you tried to say the Reginald.
Just do Joe Pesci's voice then, man.
No spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Fuck you. How about I just do it like myself, because I sound pretty Italian already.
Yeah.
I'll ham it up. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is D&D 404. And last but not least, Reginald has returned. But why don't you go do us a favor and play the intro and don't mess it up, and we'll get on with the show.
I think I like the other one better. I might use that.
Fuck you. Just wait for
Thanks
that.
for coming today. That was acceptable, Tony. You can proceed with the show.
Fellas, boyos, welcome to session 120. We pick up with the 3 of you just getting your new blessed weapons. More specifically, we are picking up from the moment where Armos has been reunited with Reginald at the top of Lord Baron's Tower, where Bowden is currently in Nothic form and a very tattered Kemi Joe. Looks like his outfit is very tattered up. Their piece is missing and ripped away. It looks like he's been through the ringer, but overall his health he's doing well. Bowden is currently using all of his magical power to keep this dome up that is surrounding Lord Baron's Divider to keep its inhabitants safe. And just outside of the shield that is protecting Lord Baron's Divider, in this darkened landscape, are these various monsters and demons like pounding on the shield, trying to get in, occasionally giving it a good tap and trying to find some weakness somewhere. Bowden had socketed your tome, Armos, and after looking around, you see that Reginald is now on your shoulder.
I think last episode, I grabbed him and gave him a noogie, but if not, I'm doing that right away.
You definitely, yeah, you held him by his ears. You're like, what? And you found that Reginald has like these red accent marks in his fur. You see that there are 7 accent marks on his back where his wings were ripped out. And you see that he also has like a similar color pattern to Layla. So a black rabbit with various patches of red, like just under his eyes, some on the tip of his ears, and like his kneecaps and paws.
Bro, you look awesome. Look at all this. Wow, so cool.
Yeah, I thought it was time for a little makeover. You know, it's definitely not the stained blood of when my wings are being ripped out and unforgivable torment of my former master. No, it's totally my choice. Yeah.
It's way cooler.
All right, doesn't it look great?
Yeah.
Do I look menacing?
Oh,
And you see that he flexes.
so menacing.
And look, I lost a little weight. And he looks slightly thinner.
Look at that. All that in your face, too.
Yeah. Oh, it's been great. I gotta tell you, Kemi Joe is quite the card player.
Oh,
Like, yeah, we playing some games here and there. You know how it is. You see that Bowden face palms his Nothic eyeball.
I don't know how I feel about this still. I'm trying to process my feelings. Anyways, I think we definitely need to get out of here. I'm trying to get away from the Nothic because I'm just like, I'm still mad, but now conflicted because, you know what I mean? Reginald's a thing still now, and so he still hates him, but
Tolerable.
yeah, we gotta go see our friends. And I grab Reginald, chuck him up to the shoulder, and then head out of here.
You see that Bowden turns around to you. He's still in Nothic form, looks at you, sees that like you're waving off and trying to go, and he just like lets you go. He doesn't try to intervene. He doesn't try to keep you around. You see that he's concerned with what's going on around. Although with his playful demeanor that he has previously presented himself before, has turned very cold and very serious as he gazes around the dark landscape surrounding Lord Barons as you whisk down the stairs as Kemi Joe begins to talk to him, and then their voices fade out. And as you like jaunt down the stairs, you see like Reginald's like bouncing on your shoulders, like, you know, he's really not that bad of a guy once you get used to him. You know, he's a good card player. Kemi Joe, we played a lot of 3-person games. We played dragon chess.
Ooh.
I ate so well, nobody likes lettuce. And then Reginald voices trails off as you are now going down the stairs. And we're going to pick up with Drell and Minas as the two of you have returned to Lord Baron's Divider with your new gear. You return to the main hall as Nihilus and Mulin close off that portal, and you are now back in the main hall. And this is like the new main gathering hub for everybody that lives in there. Like this is where like you get rations, new tasks, you get to check in with everybody. They're now treating this as the new bullpen because the previous one was kind of destroyed and messed up. And there's a lot less people here because a lot of them have been evacuated, whether they went to go fight, check on their families, or were too scared to stick around because they didn't think it was safe anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Minas has his back to Armos, wherever he's coming in, and he's talking to Drell like, oh, when Armos gets back here, we're gonna have a talk, okay? You know, you can't just keep that stuff from us. We're going through a lot, but like, there's a dragon in your mind? It was,
Not anymore.
right, not anymore.
It was like a one-time thing.
I mean, one-time thing that plagued your entire family?
Well, I mean, yeah, but one time.
What?
No, not anymore. I mean, at least as far as I know, I'm not really sure. I'll have to figure that out after.
All right, let's save it for when Armos gets here.
Burst into the room. Guys, look at this. And I throw Reginald at Minas.
What?
Minas!
Is this a new spell? It's furry. I don't like it.
Minas!
Oh my god! And I squeeze him.
His eyes pop out like a squeak toy.
Yeah.
They deflate a little bit as they come back to normal.
The Sids start crying little pebbles and like dog pile on top of us.
Oh, it's been so long.
Oh my god.
Look at you.
I can't believe you're alive.
Oh my god. Did you get shorter?
What do you mean?
You look great.
I'm the same size.
Yeah. He looks at Armos.
I'm the same. I'm literally. Is it my hooves? Oh, my horns, maybe? I'm the same size.
You look great.
All right, go say hi to Drell, and I throw him at Drell.
It's good to see you, Reginald. How you doing?
Oh, you look so big. Look at you.
I know, right? Don't I look way
Wow.
bigger now?
I'm big too.
Look at this guy. Look at this. His muscles the size of Menace. It like points to his bicep.
I mean, they're big, but not that big.
He's humongous. Did you get taller? He's like looking up at Drell.
I actually think so, yeah.
You feel
And
so
I'd like
tall
stand
up
up
here.
straight a little bit more.
You know, I lived in a tower for like 2 months with a Nothic and Kemi Joe. And I feel like I'm higher here,
Yeah.
being held by you. This is great.
I feel sorry for you, but I'm glad to
Oh, a little
see
bit.
you. I'm glad to see you're doing well.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, it's a strong term.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a couple of months of torment in there when my wings would be ripped out slowly and my life force was being drained and I felt like I was starving and suffocating and drowning all at the same time, but I'm happy to be here.
Well, I mean, now,
Yeah,
right?
now,
Not
yeah.
then. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
So are you like a purified bunny now?
No.
She's still a...
No, I'm still very much a demon.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just, it's like, what's a good analogy?
You're like an angel now.
No, don't ever call me that ever again. I swear, Drell, don't ever call me that ever again.
Well, I mean, if you're a purified demon, that does make sense.
No,
That's what I thought.
No.
You're based...
No,
You're
they're
not?
very different things, and we don't have the time to study the theology of gods and get into the theos of mythical lore, okay?
Okay.
So you're just like a demon without the strong and powerful in the beginning, or?
I left my village to go out on my own journey, and he gestures to Drell and Minas. I'm on my own.
Uh-huh.
You guys can relate to that, right?
So like when you were in there and they did the process, what was that like?
What process?
Well, they purified the gem you were in, right? So
Oh.
what happened while you were in there?
Eternal anguish and torment. It
Uh-huh,
made me not want to be
uh-huh.
alive anymore. That was a Christo. But then Bodhi came in and kind of severed that tie. I'm not sure how he did that. That's like wizard mumbo jumbo.
Right. So he severed your tie to the demons.
A Christo, because I'm a part of him,
Uh-huh.
so I don't have to listen to him anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could listen to another higher power if you wanted.
If I wanted.
Yeah.
Yes. But, still stuck in his form because of, he points to Armos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a job to do. Speaking of higher power, get over here. We have jobs to do.
I'm going over to your shoulder, not because you told me to, but because I want to.
And then as soon as he gets there,
Pitter patters.
I give him a little. I just like kind of grip him like in a kind way, and I'm like, "Good job."
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's good.
All right, guys,
All right.
we're ready.
Where's the big LB? We got to get going.
Lord Baron comes into the room and sees that he's happy that the three of you are now reunited with Reginald. He goes, okay. Gentlemen, I have procured some horses for the three of you. Go down to the stables. There's somebody there who will greet you and will set you with the horses. From there, Nihilus and Mulin will set up another rendezvous point. We're going to drop you just outside the Burnsley farmstead. We had lost ties with the city of Gilo. Although the city stands, we don't have anybody with a magical connection there to make a portal. However, we currently have some people at the Burnsley farmstead. We're going to drop you right outside there. You'll take your horses and head southward from that location. This will save you at least a day from traveling to the south of Gilo. So from the Burnsley farmstead, you're going to want to head south past the Riverwood Forest, past Clarkenburg to the hamlet of Stratham. This is a armory town of sorts. This is more of a barracks town for soldiers to rest and replenish their spirits before going to the front line of Red City. There will be no carriage provided, so
What?
keep in mind that, our resources as well are dwindling. We do not have an extra carriage to provide for you in case we need transport to get the City College members out.
So we each get our own horse?
Yes.
Hey, by the way, speaking of carriages, you didn't have to see a mammoth come back to you guys or anything, did you?
No mammoths came this way.
I glance at Menace.
And you never found The thing I asked you to find, and I bring out one of those wanted posters and hide it from Drill for a horse.
I was not tasked with this, so this is more of Nihilus and Mulin. They're down in the stables. They could probably answer that question for you.
Cool. All right. Yep. Just let us know if you see a mammoth.
We'll keep that in mind.
Yes.
I don't think I'll see any mammoths anytime soon in South Trillis.
He's probably having a good time up in the north.
Or running for his life.
Huh? Or what?
Right.
As we start to walk to the stables.
Just flash over to whatever Manny's doing right
A bunch of giants chasing after him.
I'm not having a good time, Menace.
now. Why would Menace lie to me?
Oh no.
Menace, how could you?
The three of you head down to the stables where Mammy was stored when you were getting ready the first time, and you see that there's a number of horses and there are carriages, but they are not well fortified, at least not as fortified as the one you previously took. These are more run-of-the-mill and looks like they're more built for comfort than for war, and as stated, used for emergencies. And as you go through the door, through the stable doors, you see that there's gnomes and dwarves tending to the animals. And then Drell, Armos, the two of you walk in, and the minute you come in, and suddenly, boom, you get bumped into the shoulder and pushed to the ground.
Ow.
You look behind you, and towering over you in an arm sling is this large black bull with wide horns.
Oh.
Well, you decided to stop by.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
And you see that a letter's being shaken. Are you looking for me, bro?
This is happening sooner than I would have liked. Hey, Miranor.
Yo, pipsqueak?
Glad you're alive. I didn't mean that to sound sarcastic. I am actually glad you're alive.
Yeah, well.
As much as you annoy me. In every way.
So why did it take you so long to get down here?
Oh, I'm sorry. We were saving the world. Unlike you, who got captured.
Ooh, burn.
Wow.
I didn't get captured.
What have you been doing this whole time, huh?
What do you even mean? What have I been? You see that he looks to his arms. He goes, I was trying to defend our home.
Wait, you made it back?
Yeah, I made it back.
How is everybody? Is everybody safe?
What's your idea of safe?
Well, not what happened to you and the others.
Yeah, about that. He scrunches his face. And he wipes his nose away, his puff. He zooms from his nostrils and goes, once suddenly Flora decided to attack us out of nowhere. I realized I didn't even know who she was. When I got away, I knew I needed to return home, only to find out that our home was being invaded constantly. He picks you up by your scruff, and he walks over to like a bench in the stable, and he puts you down, and he sits down next to you.
Could have just walked, but that's fine.
Yeah, it would have took too long. So,
What?
yeah, small fee, it would have taken you we don't have time. We're just listen.
I'm literally faster than you.
That's not possible. I could beat you in a foot. It doesn't matter.
we'll
It doesn't
race
matter. We
after
both
this is
know.
over.
Listen, I'm taller. I could cover more ground than you.
That's not how fast.
That's
That's how it works.
definitely how speed works.
No, it's not even close.
Yes, it is.
Drell turns to Armos. I'm pretty sure that is how it works.
I think it is too. I'm pretty sure.
After a few minutes of bickering, we finally continue talking. Anyways.
Lord Bad had sent some scouts to check on the clan at your request.
Yeah.
And you see that he looks a little jealous. He's like, well, some people were looking for you.
Yeah.
He takes a piece of paper out that has like a bunch of red markings on it, and it says like Ivory Boulders clan all over it, and like a crude map of like a location of where your home is, like drawn on the back. He's like, got this off one of the Red Dawn fanatics that are roaming around here.
It probably has to do with this, and I show him my wanted poster.
So he actually has the wanted poster. That's where the map is drawn on.
Oh, it's on the back of one of those.
Yeah. It's like a bunch of notes quickly jotted down on your wanted poster. He goes, yeah, they came looking for you. And once they realized that was your home, they kept attacking. And eventually they started bringing in catapults. And, well,
Jeez.
I was, trying to heal back home. And, well, Lord Baron had sent some of his advisors to come. And the clan had to flee to Shadowfell.
Right. I heard that might be the safest place to go.
I came back to try to help. And then he takes out the letter that you sent him, like looking for him. I met a small little furry creature. I was surprised.
Oh, Lachlan. Yes.
Yeah, and I was very impressed. And, you know, he's like a little bit taller than you. He's not. Lachlan is very small.
Yeah. I'm gritting my teeth.
So I decided to come back to here, try to help out any way I could, and even though I got a bum wing, I just felt like I was still stronger than most of the people here. Looks around. Looks like I still am.
I look very worried over to Drill.
Drill looks the other way.
And when I heard of that, all these people were praising your name. I just didn't believe it. And they were all asking me stories about you. And, you know, I told them the truth. I told them the truth, but they didn't believe me.
What do you mean? The truth about what?
Well, you know, you're short and, you know, not as strong as me. And you had this delusions of grandeur about being chieftain.
Right, yeah. Couldn't be me slaying hydras and dragons and god wolves saving the world.
I mean, I haven't seen any of that. You figured that news would travel down here, but
I'm snapping my fingers at Armos like, give me a paper.
I'm checking my pockets.
No. Let me fight his own battles. Let me fight his own battles.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I pull out my pocket and like you can see the inside, and I just can't seem to produce what he's asking for.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I'm the one that had a menu item named after him, and I slayed my own hydra, so I'm.
The point, Miranor?
Came to tell you about what happened at home. And after everything we've been through, I figured it'd be best to hear from me.
Okay.
There were, and you see like he leans forward and like rubs his chin. You know, in fights, people die, and there were some casualties, and your mother was one of those casualties.
What do you mean?
She didn't make it through one of the evasions.
Oh.
One of the attacks were at night, and your house was targeted because of your father. They went for you and Titus, and she tried to hold her own. Titus was not around at the time to defend her, and she fell in battle. And Miranor is welled up with tears trying to hold him back.
Gotcha.
Titus has changed his tune a little bit. Much more leader, if you can imagine, trying to protect the clan, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, looks like you weren't good enough, huh? And I just walk away, silent.
That's not.
And I do brush past Armos and Drell, and Minas is having a moment, so he's not really thinking straight, you know? So he pushes past them and goes out for like a breath.
I go up to Miranor. I like run straight up to him. I just get in his face. I'm like, we have so much on the line, and you had to bring this to us right now? We are trying to save everything that's going on here. You don't think that he could have waited to hear all this stuff?
He deserves to know, Armos. It'll help him. As much as it sucks, he deserves to know. Trust me, I can't stand Miranor.
I look at Miranor.
I don't even know you. I don't even know you.
Shut up. Yes, you do. Shut up. You totally do. You know what? Never mind. I don't agree with you. No, I'm just kidding. No. Trust me, as someone that's lost both parents and the situation going on with my Aunt Dory, he deserves to know.
Lord Baron had asked me to think about this decision, to tell him or not to, given the stakes of his new status. And you see that he's like gritting his teeth saying that as he you see that Miranor is refusing to accept the importance of you three, let alone Minas. And he goes, given the circumstances, Lord Baron had informed me that the three of you may not return from this venture, and well, I've decided that he should know. I would want to know, My parents have died long ago. I've never even met my father. But if I imagine that if I had someone who looked after me and sought after me, and the thing I was fighting for decided to take someone that had nothing to do with the quorum at all, I would want to know, because I would want them to know when the time comes of the biggest mistake they've ever made. If he's gonna risk his life for the world, we should be honest with him.
Drill nods his head.
I think this is a serious mistake, and I'm still not in agreement. We just took out a god, literally, and you want to, like, throw this at him, and you think that this is going to make things better? The worst thing this is going to do is rattle what's going on and what's already in a shaky world that's happening. Just still giving him an earful because he's still just mad that Minus is even hurt. He's not even being rational at this point.
I wish this didn't happen too. You see that, like, he's trying, like, I've never felt these emotions before either. It's very hard to process, and I couldn't imagine what he's going through. And if I feel as bad, I can only imagine it's at least, he counts out one finger, 3 times as bad as this. But that's why I wanted to help, because I wasn't able to help as much before. I was too weak, and I thought that if my clan was going to be in a safe place, hiding away, then if I was still able to fight, then this would be a good way to prove myself, and that's why I came here. I wanted to help. And you see that he puckers his lips and grits his teeth. I want to help Minus. And he, like, looks away. He's facing you, but, like, his eyeballs are looking away.
So what does this mean? This is your helping? You come give him bad news and then you leave?
I'm not leaving, bro. Who said anything about leaving? Who said anything about leaving? He, like, gets in your face a little bit.
Per your MO, and then I list all the times that there's been big fights that hasn't been there.
Are you serious? Are you serious, bro? Look, I'm not gonna leave. I am going to help where I can around here. And if my arm decides to get better sooner, then I will be fighting once again. I hurt I was fighting out in the field, and I'm sure you see the demons knocking on the door outside, and I was fighting them. If you have a better way, if you have a better suggestion of how I can help you, let me know. I also have something for him. Titus gave this to me to give to Minus. Said open it when he feels the time is right. And he takes out a box and he gives it to you, Armos. And it's some of his mother's things.
Oh my god.
That Titus wanted Minus to have. It looks like a wooden jewelry box.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 2-3 inches high. It's like a small travel jewelry box. It looks like it contained various things from, like, letters to little items. And it has, like, a lock on it to keep it shut. And it looks very well crafted. It has that Minotaur wood carving design with some fashionable metals. And it's clearly designed for a classic mother's jewelry box, if you will. And he hands it to you. He goes, give that to Minus when you think he's ready for it.
Take the box out of his hand. Still not okay with this.
You think I am, bro? He pushes you. You think I am? He gives you, like, a shoulder shove. I don't want anyone's mother to die.
I'm gonna snatch the box and then just walk out the room at this point, because he's so fed up with the idea of hurting Minus anymore than he already is.
Miranor's looking hella awkward as, like, Drell's just standing there. And, like, Miranor looks at Drell like, so, like, what do you bench?
Drell looks at Miranor as well, and he, like, kind of gives him the the nod, and then he, like, follows Armos.
He gives you a nod back, and the 3 of you walk out. Minus.
Yeah, by the time they get out, I think Minus kind of took his own path over to the barrier, and he's just kind of staring off through the barrier at the destruction and the mayhem outside.
You see these darkened red clouds, thunder in the distance that echoes for miles. You see the occasional snap of red lightning. The ground outside the barrier looks like it's slowly decaying as the once lush green grass is, like, slowly turning brown from the large demon-like monsters and corrupted monsters roaming the grassy field, like, that's surrounding the divider. You see, like, deep in the distance that the once browned mountains, especially, like, in the direction of your clan, is now tinged and smoky black from like lightning occasionally striking it. You see that the water that surrounds Lord Baron's Divider is lower. It's very dark from what you can see, and like you're in like a mile out from where the barrier ends, like half a mile out, you see that there's like this large serpentine-like demon banging and clawing and like just snarling at the barrier, and like tries to find another spot, flies up, tries to hit it, and then comes back down. You see off in the distance is like this brown bear that looks like its skin is falling off, and it's like roaring at nothing, and then it like goes off to chase something as you gaze into the wasteland.
Drell kind of approaches Menace, but he like wants to gauge how Menace is doing before he actually, because he wants to be able to give him his space that he wants. So he kind of just like walks up behind him and lets them kind of like feel his presence, but doesn't say anything.
Yeah, and you see that like every single Sid is in a direct line from his left and right, also staring out at the mayhem. It's very still. After maybe a few seconds, I think Menace does feel Drell's presence. Might have been too harsh, huh, Drell?
No, he gets it. He'll be okay. And honestly, he kind of sucks, so.
Yeah.
You see a bunch of Sids in agreement.
Yeah, like a domino nod down the line.
You see the main Sid go, he spits his tongue out, and then the main Sid is trying to comfort you.
I'm not even gonna ask you if you're okay, Menace, because we get it, but I don't even want to say it'll be okay, but you'll get through this. This sucks, I know.
We gotta make it okay, Drell. I don't want anybody to go through this again. I'm gonna do my best to push forward, okay?
Yeah. Well, like I said to my Aunt Dory, none of us are alone anymore, and there's the three of us, so we all have each other's back.
Whoa, 4.
The four are in the Sid, so well, I don't know how many there are now, so there's a lot of us now, so.
Yeah, 278 and counting.
And Horsey's out there somewhere, so.
That's right.
Or Horse, I don't know, I forget if it's got an E at the end of it these days, I don't know.
A whinny in the distance is heard. Basically what Drell's trying to say is that we're a family now too. I'm reformed, by the way, so we're a family now too.
I mean, you guys have been more of a family than I've ever had in the clan. I'm gonna fight to protect you guys. I'm gonna fight to bring some sort of happiness back to them and everybody else in this world. But I can't just sit here stewing with my own problems. It hurts. Oh God, it hurts. I turn around and you do see that Menace's face is dry. Kind of walks over to Drell and Armos. I feel empty. I feel bad. I feel like I should be sobbing right now. Oh, I feel like this is just all more real.
Well, no one gets to be the judge on how you mourn, Menace. Just take it from me. There will be times when you're filled with rage, and it's not good. You can use it, just don't let it overtake you.
Take it from me. Use that rage and get even.
But don't let it overtake you. Right?
Yes, let it.
Armos, from your perspective, you're a little farther behind Drell. You just see me slowly peek around Drell's leg.
You just see Drell all of a sudden get horns, and it's just me behind him.
I just give you a look.
I'm standing on like the tippiest toes and standing on a barrel to get the effect.
Never change, Armos. And then I lean back to Drell where Armos can't see me, and I give Drell a nod. I walk towards the stables.
The three of you return to the stables as Lord Baron is now given like some direction down there too. And you see Nihilus and Mullen, and they are flipping through a book, and they're getting ready to get you transportation. And then you see that Mirador is tending to some of the horses. He was working in a stable. That's why he was there to begin with. He pulls out 3 horses, walking over to the 3 of you. You see Mirador has the 3 horses. He goes, well, these are your noble steeds. And Drell, while your like tension was turned, he goes to give you the reins. He goes, I was told to give you this one. And you look back, and it's sure enough, it's horse.
Oh my God.
Animal handling check.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Use the luck point.
Drell is definitely gonna do it with disadvantage because he's so caught off guard.
Oh.
That is
Oh.
a disadvantage. That's a 12.
A 12, the horse immediately turns around and kicks you in the chest.
Horse. Oh, ow.
Yeah, we found him. We found him again. You see, Nihilus walks over and goes, "Yes. While on earlier in the months, we do some scouting, and we saw him literally trampling an ettercap to death. And we took Midas's drawing, and we realized this was the horse you've been looking for.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was very violent.
He's just like his dad.
Can't believe you're alive. I knew I trained you so well.
Yeah, he was really going at the ettercap's corpse. I will say, it was quite violent."
Classic.
Anyway, so this one is for Armos, and you get a white steed. And Minas goes, "Well, I figured that you might need I'm not gonna make a joke.
Why is mine so small?
No, he gives you a huge horse.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it's a Clydesdale. It's massive. And he goes, "Well, I figured you might want to see above 3 feet once in a while." And he hands you a Clydesdale.
You have to float just to get onto it.
Listen, I've been that tall before, right, Armos? Hit me.
I enlarge him.
You get enlarged, but like you're still under Miranor's jaw.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's only for a minute, too, so...
after the most awkward minute ever, he poofed back down the size.
I used the enlarge to get on the horse properly.
Then it poofs.
Yep.
And he goes, "Well, and you see that he goes to make a comment, but then he like clenches his fist. He goes, "Okay," and he turns around to walk away.
I was glaring at him in the background, like, don't you dare.
He turns away from your intention. He was gonna make a jab at you because it's like reflex, but then he kind of reads the room and like shifts his attention away, so he's not like in the conversation necessarily. As Niles and Mulan are now explaining to you what they're doing as they're opening a portal to teleport you to the Burnsley farmstead. So they go, "Well, gentlemen, the bags are filled with some rations of food. However, we aren't able to provide much more than that. Oh, we did put some potions in those saddles as well.
Oh.
Each of you gain 6 greater healing potions, 10 regular healing potions,
Whoa.
and two superior healing potions, and some rations. So you guys are now filled up on rations. You have about a few weeks in there. You may need to fend for yourself if you spend a lot of time. I can't imagine Red City having bakeries or restaurants open. It is plagued with horrors." And Mulan's like,
I do not laugh.
Keep it together.
I just stare at him. Like, dude.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, read the room.
I can. Wow. Oh, you're absolutely right, adventurers. So, heroes should call you. Here is, and she opens a portal. Goes, "This will teleport you to the Burnsley farmstead, and the 3 of you are ready to go." And you see that like a small group of people have gathered around as the 3 of you are about to set off, and they're like looking at you, and you hear like some of them cheering you on. They're like, "You got this! Send them back where they came from! Get them out of our home! Yeah!" And like there's like slowly like getting louder and louder as you feel the hope in the room rise.
Drell pulls out his axe and kind of trots back and forth like King Theoden in Lord of the Rings, and then rides into the portal.
Armos?
I would like to... I see Miranor in the crowd as he wasn't cheering loud enough. I want to use my Rod of Rulership to charm him to run up to Minas to be like, "You're my favorite," and then run away.
You hear Miranor cheer from the crowd. "Yeah, Miss, yeah, go, bro, you got this." What in the what?
And then I look at Minas and give him a nod, and I go in the portal.
Minas, you're about to set off, but you feel a tug at your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And you look down, and there is a Cid there. It's not the main Cid, but it's a pretty big Cid. And you see that he has like this makeshift like leather belt, this wooden axe, and you see that the Cid also has like this weird paper sling that it's made for itself. It's mimicking Miranor. And it points to Miranor.
Look at that.
It's almost asking you for permission.
Yeah, I trot over and the crowd kind of parts as I trot over to Miranor on the Clydesdale.
Miranor looks up at you
Yeah, I look at Miranor. Hey, I know it wasn't easy to tell me that. It doesn't go unnoticed on me that you lost a lot of your friends in the battle back there.
He looks down and he's like, yeah, she meant a lot to the clan, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I've always looked up to Titus. I know he's your dad, but you know, your mother was nice to everyone, and
I know you liked her snickerdoodles a lot.
oh, she had the best snickerdoodles, bro. Like the best.
She did.
Oh man, and then she just she made protein ones too, bro. Oh
Yeah, it was nice of her to make that for you on your birthday, and
yeah.
it was even nicer of her to switch out the real ones from the prank ones that I made for you. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I never told you that. You didn't need to know that. Yeah, but I was, you should know as well. I was the one to take her down. I don't know if Lord Baron told you.
No, I didn't even know she came for you.
Yeah, she attacked us in the north.
So-called friend. You know, it's funny. I woke up and one day and I thought I had all these fond memories of her. I didn't have any. It was so strange.
Really?
Yeah, like, you know, like growing up or like roughhousing or playing. Like I thought I had all these memories of like being really, really good friends with her. I just didn't.
I guess Menace thinks back to his memories of Flora, hearing that.
A lot of your memories are, now that you try to like remember, a lot of them are absent. You start to realize that they could have been falsely put there from the false Hydra.
Oh. I think Lord Baron might be able to fill you in with that. Just, go talk to him about it.
Yeah. I mean, she was there, right? Yeah.
Hey, listen, what I said earlier, you did what you could, and if you couldn't fight them off, no one else was going to be able to, so I know you put everything into the battle.
Yeah. I know Mira was your mother, but she was an angel, bro. She was a true example of a leader.
Yeah. There's also someone I'd like you to meet. See, Sidonor.
What a great name.
Hand over the thick Sid.
You see that he grabs this Sid with like his palm. He goes, was this some type of joke, bro? And you see that like the Sid like tries to imitate him. He goes, huh. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then the Sidonor begins to do one-arm push-ups. He goes, we're gonna, it's adorable. It's amazing. It's rad. He's like getting really jazzed up about the Sid.
Yeah, hey, protect him with your life, okay?
Absolutely. Thanks for the friend.
Yeah.
And I hope you return home so we can have the duel to see who the true chieftain is. And he has like this false pose of like this false heroic pose.
Oh, you know I'm gonna win that one.
Yeah,
I will never
we'll
let
see.
you win
All
that
right,
one until the
listen,
day I die.
You're still talking, you know, you're up on that high horse.
I didn't. Fuck, that was good. I didn't know you had jokes. You have jokes?
Of course I had jokes, bro.
I've never heard you joke like that before. They're all just mean.
What are you, deaf?
Yeah, but they're usually just
well
mean,
thought out, methodical.
like baseless comments about me. And
Whoa, I think I have pretty better. But that's neither here nor there, and you have somewhere to be.
yeah,
I will see you when you return for that fight.
I trot over to the portal. I stop and I turn around. You suck, but I'm glad you're alive. Bye. And I walk through.
You hear him like try to say something as you fade through.
Yeah.
And the three of you appear as the portal is a few feet off the ground as you gallop through, as you land into the wasteland just outside the Burnsley farmstead. Behind you is this wooden gate that looks closed off but very battered and torn down. You look behind you at the farmhouse and it's completely shattered. It's broken down. However, you do see a couple of tents that have posted up there. The farmhouse that was once there is burned and sunk into the ground, and the various houses that were connected to the main farmstead have also like demolished and broken down. And you see that there's like a few Sidja College members there like excavating, and they look like they're in a hurry and they're trying to get like some type of resource out of there. But that is like deep into the farmstead, and Lord Baron had already told you that that's how you got the connection in. One of their scouts was someone magically adept to provide the other end of that portal for you. As you make it through, the three of you are now placed on a dirt road that cuts southwestward into South Trillis that leads you to one of the main roads around the Riverwood Forest, the same road that you were taking all the way back in Arc 1 when you were trying to head to the city of Dillmore, the road that travels along the eastern side of the Riverwood Forest.
Well, as I come out 5 minutes late, I'm like, sorry guys, I had to talk to someone.
Drell has just nonstop been talking to Horse the entire time that he's been on.
The horse is giving you the hardest time.
Not even like talking or acknowledging Armos or Menace.
He's like, man, I can't believe you've been out there this whole time. And it's like, I knew you were out there, but I didn't even know. Stamp. Come on.
Animal handling check.
14.
You somehow calm the horse down. However, horse is like still begrudging, but like understands
More
that.
of a reluctant calm.
Drell has had like sugar cubes in his pocket since that day, and they're all deteriorated and like broken into like little pieces, and he's like trying to feed it to him.
Just a bag of dust.
Yeah, pretty much.
You see, like you look down, there's like dried blood on his horseshoes from like creatures he's been killing.
Me and Reginald are just talking about just everything that's been happening. So yeah, we went up and we saw this like crazy thing. It was sitting it was this axe, and then we went and got it, and then it was crazy. And then the dragon before that, it was gonna try to hit me, and then I used my force cage and he couldn't hit me, and it was so cool, and the dragon was super mad about it.
Oh, I bet you gave him a 4. You gave him a 1, 2.
Yes. I mean, after I got down, but yeah.
Fix that for this already. You don't have to tell the people that. Aren't you happy you can use Eldritch Blast again?
Speaking of, and I Eldritch Blast anything that is close to me that I can hit.
You like just shoot trees and shoot them off in the distance.
Yes.
Terrific. All right, so the three of you are now traveling out in the wild as you begin to head southwest to find the road that follows the outskirts of Riverwood Forest that heads south. You know that you are a little bit of a ways away. However, a good portion of the trip has been taken out due to the portal, and you begin to travel. As you ride on the back of the horses, Drell, give me an animal handling check.
Yeah, see, and then I'm just like giving him the lowdown the entire time of everything that's happened. That's a 4.
4, you get knocked off the horse at random points. You hop back on and like catch back up with the guys.
Man, you're so funny, horse. I forgot how funny you were.
You're riding for a few hours. You're traveling at a moderately fast pace, but you're trying to keep the horses at good enough strength so you can dash if you need to. A few hours pass, and you see the Riverwood Forest come into view as you start to see the dirt road turn into the main road. The dark sky makes it very hard to see miles out because the blackness, the darkness around you is just obscuring your view. It's like traveling in the dead of night with your brights off. And as you begin to travel, you start to see that the area becomes a little more wooded as the Riverwood Forest is coming up. And then as thunder begins to crackle, you guys are thinking maybe trying to find a good place to keep an eye out to rest for the night because a few hours have passed. And just keeping your head on a swivel, you notice that a lightning strikes whoosh, about a mile out. And it illuminates the area. You see the tree line of the Riverwood Forest, and you see the the grassy knoll on your left-hand side, with the Riverwood Forest being on your right. You even see far enough that like water splashes in the distance, but where the lightning strike, this red streak of lightning hits a tower. This stone tower comes into view as the sharp lightning strikes, breaks the sky, snaps, and it slams into the stone tower, and it instantly crumbles into a smoldering flame. You recognize this tower as one of your rest points when you were traveling to Dillmore back in Arc 1. This is where you rested and had those weird dreams.
I really hope those jazz guys aren't around.
About another hour passes as you pass the flaming wreck, and now Riverwood Forest is now on your right side as you are traveling south. Are the three of you want to do anything as you've been traveling for about a half a day through this dark landscape?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to Horsey and make sure all the straps are real tight, because this is the exact moment we lost him forever. Yeah.
Armos, I got it, okay?
Okay. Just
Didn't run
making
away
sure.
from me first time as you guys got.
As your rushed pace begins to slow, because there is a forest on your other side, you notice that the forest itself looks a little darker than normal, as in like the trees are starting to wither. They're losing a lot of the life in the leaves. A lot of the branches have now become more twisted it's starting to look like trees from Shadowfell almost. Like trees you would see in Shadowfell. You knew that this forest, although it was plagued when you first seen it, this one looks like it's plagued by evil rather than something physical, like a corruption, like a poison. This one looks like more evil, as you feel like something within the woods is slowly creeping through it. A greater force, if you will. And as you keep traveling, you notice that there's this large lake that's coming up, which is known as Thalor's Crater. And you see that large, vast, open, ever-rushing water into the sinkhole in the center of that massive lake is coming up on your left side, with the forest on your right. Is there any actions the three of you would like to take?
Last time I was here, I couldn't remember. Can I do like a history check to remember everything, or just see what I remember about that place?
So as you come up on Thalor's Crater, you like look out. Thalor is where you used to live. And when you had your sudden amnesia, when you made that pact with Reginald, it was done in that town. You had joined a cult, and which you later found out was the Red Dawn cult, one of the cults you used it to like infiltrate their resources to try to get Layla back. That all happened within Thalor. So a majority of your life you were living there, and even some of the happier memories was in Thalor. When you lived with Layla, Thalor had blown up essentially when Acristo had visited and left with Horatio. That place had blown up with it. You had left Thalor before that event happened, when Reginald came in, because when you and Reginald slipped through the portal all the way back in episode 1, it was not only a teleport, it was a time skip. And you essentially passed all of that. And that's what you recall when you go through. You feel like your home is gone. It feels a little bit somber as you walk by. And you're about halfway through the Riverwood Forest. The apex of the forest is where you guys were ambushed the first time. Although the time of day has not shifted, it just has not gotten any brighter. If anything, it's gotten a little bit darker. You could tell that the horses are now getting tired as they've traveled quite far.
Do we see a good place to like set up camp since the horses are getting tired, or?
Give me a survival check as you look for like a safe area to camp in this gloom shadowscape.
24.
19. Doesn't matter what they're doing.
It sure does.
Don't laugh at my 4. Don't laugh at my 4.
Sorry. It just came in so late. It was just like 4.
You find the three of you kind of go off in like different directions, but not too far. Armos, with a 4, you notice that like along the road just ahead of you, you like travel up a little bit more. You notice that there is a carriage that is completely destroyed and like shoved into the ground. You see that there's like these dead bodies there, and they look like nobles of some kind, and the carriage is like the front end, it looks like it's been like a boulder went through it, and you hear these noises of like bones being eaten, being snapped and crushed on and gnawed on. And then as you get like a better look to see what it is, you see this owlbear. However, the owlbear looks very different. It looks enlarged, as huge as owlbears can be. It looks like almost double the size. Its feathers have fallen off, and you can see like a part of its head has grown, but the other part of it had stayed the same size, and its beak is enlarged as it's gnawing on the corpses. And it looks very preoccupied. And this is kind of in the way of where you need to go.
And that's just with my 4. What about Menace's 20?
Yeah, so the 4, you found a bad event, essentially.
Oh.
Looking back
Lame.
with a 24, you backstep. Biddish, you recall that if you head north a little bit, there was a nice rock formation that you could use to kind of use to your advantage and hide, and maybe use your tiny hut. There was like a clearing between like the rock formation and the trees, and the road was a little hilly just a few feet back, and you think this is really great. And you think this will be like a good spot on the side of the road, but not in plain view.
Yeah, I come back to the main road after seeing that and like, hey guys, good spot this way. What you got?
Yeah, I saw like a clearing over there, the direction you came from. Well, actually, horse saw first, but.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
Good job, horse.
Not that way. Point to,
What way? And I peer over. Oh.
yeah.
You look over and you see this massive owlbear, this corrupted owlbear going to town.
All right, then this way it is. I'll go set up the hut.
When you go back to that area, you notice that there's something in the path now. There's a group of figures standing in the road. 6 cloaked figures suddenly block your path. They are all wearing dark robes that go from black to red in a gradient color fashion. The hoods hide their faces of these humanoid figures, but behind the 6 of them is a large beastly figure with a similar colored tarp as it is hunched over and growling. Armos, as you stare at these 6 figures, you recognize those robes. The hair on the back of Reginald's neck begins to stick up. You see that the figure in the back begins to stand up as its red muscle like skin tissue is revealed, and you see at the center of its chest is glowing as there's a large chain wrapped around it, and it's being held by one of these Red Dawn cultist members. There is a Baloon demon standing behind them with one wing. You hear Reginald like almost hissing.
That's an inferior being.
And you see that there are 6 cloaked figures with blades drawn as they look like they've been tracking you up until this point. As Armos, you feel the dark surge of energy emanating from some of them. I need everybody to roll me initiative.
Already into this, huh?
Yeah. Classic.
14 for minutes.
To 13.
Nat 20.
Whoa!
I go first.
We're not used to this.
As the 3 of you roll initiative, we're gonna start at the top of the round, which is initiative 21. As the demon in the back roars.
Dare you?
And then you see like Reginald like mimics his less than a superior roar than him. And as you see the chain around its neck. You see like this dark, you see one of the cultist members has like this dark energy swirling in one hand, drops the chain as the demon barrels through and is going to make a movement towards the 3 of you at very quick pacing as it instantly moves up 40 feet. As it barrels forward down the road, over the hill, launches 40 feet. You see as it jumps, lands, and roars, you see its mouth elongates as this spear begins to form and aim at you, Drell. You see this blood spear with a dirty 20 is going to miss.
Please don't hit Horsey.
It's going to miss as a large blood spear shoots right past you as it lands just a few feet, and you see this plume of dirt and a puff of dirt just like exhume behind you. As we're gonna move to initiative 20, Armos.
Been waiting for this moment.
Yeah, come on, almost. It's time to get the band back together. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get the band back together.
As he's running towards me, I start dropping everything that I have on me, just like bag. Got off the horse, dropped the bag, drop everything else, and then start going towards him, and then cast for the first time in forever, Eldritch Blast.
Woo! Go ahead, roll a hit.
Nat 20!
Wow.
On the first one, bag. Nice.
You love to see it.
It's a 34 to hit,
That hits. Damn.
and then a nat 1!
Classic.
Terrific.
And then
Amazing.
a 23 to hit.
2 of those hit. How much damage?
So 17 on the first one, and then the third one is 14 damage.
these two Eldritch blasts, and it feels euphoric, Armos, as the spell leaves your palm, as you shoot these purple bluish blasts from your palm, and like one of them misses, and then two of them hit him right in the chest. Boom, boom. You just knock back 10 feet after he gets hit with that attack. And what else are you doing?
For a bonus action, we got to send Reginald in there.
Yeah.
Hellish Rebuke.
It does Hellish Rebuke. How much damage is he doing?
So he's going to make dexterity saving throw of 18.
Fails with a 10.
He'll do 22 damage.
As a massive fireball blows up right in front of the demon, and Reginald appears back on your shoulder.
Well, that felt great. Almost.
Oh, there's going to be more of that.
Right.
Don't you worry.
Oh, yeah, we can get him.
And then we're going to go ahead and move to initiative 14 minutes.
All right, back into the action. And I cast Spiritual Weapon at 3rd level. And when it appears next to this beast, it immediately misses with a 10, but it is to the left of this demon.
And misses as the demon dodges out of the way.
As I then proceed to try and hit him with, I'm just going to try hitting him with some sling bullets.
Sure.
To start. It's going to be a 24 and a 16 to hit.
Both those hit. Minish, you go to knock back your sling. And now that the sling has been enchanted, you see the goat-like horns where the sling ribbon was attached to. As you pull back, the horns extend out to a wide bovine shape as you increase the tension. And as you increase the tension, you see the spectral form of a Cid ready to go, an angry Cid taking the shape of a bullet. And then it shoots out as the bovine horns snap into place back into its goat-like form and shoots forward as all these shots hit.
So I essentially used my Chody Spectral Cid as a distraction. As he turns his head, he gets some nice Cid bullets in the side of the cheek.
Boom, 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 boom. How much damage is he taking?
31 points of force damage.
Nice. These Cids explode on impact as the force radiates into this like green light as they explode, and you hear the Baloon Demon roar.
And then a question in podcast, actually. A question in podcast. Right now I'm having my Cids move me, and you see them kind of create a little swarm as I move into the brush a little bit to give me some extra AC. But when I hit with my Melora Sling now, do I get force damage if I add Cid damage on top of it from my Swarmkeeper Ranger?
Do the Cids count as force damage, is what you're asking? From your bonuses?
Yeah.
Bonuses? Yes.
Okay. Just good to know in podcast for later. But you do see the Cids kind of pull me to the side into the brush.
And we're going to go to initiative 13, Drell.
So Drell gets off horse and he looks at him and goes, "Please don't leave me again. Just stay right here." And he, for the first time, pulls out his family's axe, his dad's axe. And I do have a question on it because I'm looking at it. So the stat block says it's 1d12 plus 5, but then in the notes it says 2d12 plus 3. So is it 2 additional d12 plus 3, or is it 2d12 instead?
So it's a +3 weapon, but instead you roll 2d12 instead of 1d12.
So if I get my proficiency, it's a +8 weapon.
Your modifier is giving you the +5, but then the axe gives you the +3. Your stats are giving you that +5.
So I get off horse, I pull out the axe, and I stride the 15 feet over to the demon, and I say,
"You are just the first in a long line of people that are gonna die in this trip."
And I'm gonna hit him with my axe. That is going to be 15 to hit.
That's on the nose.
Nice. Second attack is a 23 to hit.
Hit.
And the last one is a 26 to hit.
Hits. Roll for damage.
That's 73 damage.
You come down with this nasty attack as your axe digs deep into his flesh. And although he's still roaring, you pull your axe out of his chest as you cut through from the trap all the way down to the sternum, and he's roaring at you in his rage, and his blood is dripping from its mouth as it's staring at you with his devilish red eyes. He's very, very bloody.
I look back at Horse to see if he's impressed.
The horse has his back to you.
Fuck. It was so cool, though. And then let me know if I'm going to do this right. I use the +3 as a hit plus damage, but it says, like, as a bonus action, you can switch this +3 to your AC. since I already used it, I wouldn't be able to add it to the AC this round, right?
Good question. I think you can.
Then I will use a bonus action to add the +3 to my AC.
Yeah, your axe shines, and you see that when you add it to your AC, the axe blade changes shape. You see it like it looks a little bit more dull. The blades of the axe like curve out to make this like broader, almost hammer-like look. But it looks like a double-sided battle axe.
I awkwardly cough extremely loud to try to get Horse to look this way. And that's my turn.
We're going to move to initiative 10, which are these cloaked figures. As you see, the one in the back that dropped the chain is going to move up on the hill, almost in the tree line, and it is going to cast a spell. It is going to cast similar to what Armos does. As you see these purple blasts begin to shoot out as he does an arcane burst at you, Drell. As you see 3 of these bursts shoot out, a 16 to miss, 14 to miss, and a 24 to miss because your AC is now 26. Damn. The other ones are going to go, as you see this other similar fashion, going to go 20 feet to the west, as she's going to try to get a pin on Armos in the back, and he's going to shoot some arcane bolts as well. A 15 to hit, a 17 to hit, and a 11 to miss. Armos, you're going to take 56 points of force damage as these arcane blasts shoot at you from the distance. And you see that the other cultist members begin to run up, and they're going to make a dash action to get into place. Maybe 60 feet. One's going to come up next to Drell. You see that one runs up and jumps over the cliff to get the Menace. You see these two do the same. So you got 2 on Menace, and you got one coming through the tree line, approaching Armos on the east over the cliff. And then we're going to move to initiative 21, which is the demon. And the demon's going to continue to attack you, Drell. It's very, very pissed off at you. It's going to come down with 2 attacks as it tries to bite you with an 11 to miss and tries to slash at you. It's rolling like doo-doo with a 14 to miss. And I'm going to go to initiative 20, Armos.
Okay, after being hit, so the 2 dudes the one dude in the back, this guy right here, did the Eldritch, quote-unquote Eldritch blast on me, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the one that did that's in the back, I am going to take note of that and mark him in my brain as priority target number 1. And I'm going to use a goodie from a while ago that, we haven't really got to use that often. So I'm going to use Wall of Fire to then cut off their sight and also, possibly burn them alive.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and draw that wall of fire.
So then both of the 2, how are we describing the 2 different cultist guys that we have here?
One looks more like a wizard, and the other ones look more like traditional cultists. They all have matching robes on. You actually really can't tell them apart, but you sense a darker energy from the ones standing in the back that are shooting missiles at you.
Gotcha. So the ones that are in the back, the more dark presence, I draw a line that's cutting them off from the combat. So the ones that are cut off in the back from the wall of fire are both going to take damage, have to do a dexterity saving throw of a DC 18, or take 27 points of damage.
They fail. Oh man, 27 points of fire damage as you hear some shrieks in the back as they begin to get engulfed in flames, and they're like, "Whoa!" As it does sound like a voice, a familiar voice. These sound more human than anything as you hear these screams from beyond the firewall.
Good. And then with that being said, I'm going to do a little tactical retreat here, and I'm gonna move 30 feet away from where the group of other cultist people are so that we don't get surrounded.
Yes, these cultists that are wielding these red bladed scimitars are approaching you, and you get away from them.
Perfect. And then we're going to obviously Hellish Rebuke somebody. And I think Reginald's got a bone to pick with Sir Gluttonous up there. So the big guy. Reginald, handle the big guy! And Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, with pleasure. How much damage is it doing as it fails with a 2.
20 points of damage.
This thing bursts into flames as it roars. He goes, "Tell him I said he's next." As the flames completely engulf the Baloon demon as he burns to a crisp, as his skin begins to shrivel up as he falls on the floor dead. Woo! And 18 health points left.
As soon as Reginald comes back, high fives.
Fist bumps all around, and we move to initiative 14. Minus.
As my spectral Chody Sid is attacking the guy directly to Drell's left with a 21, that guy will take 8 points of damage, and then I will shove my rod into the ground.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Whoa.
Okay.
No idea where that was
The
gonna go.
rod of alertness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so with an action, I put the rod into the ground and create a protective aura. So there's a 60-foot radius from that point where I'm standing. While that bright light is there, everyone that is friendly to me gains 1 to their AC and to saving throws, and can sense the location of any invisible, hostile creatures that are also in the bright light.
Wait, well, I'm sorry. What does it do to creatures in the bright light?
We can sense any hostile, invisible creatures that are in
Gotcha.
that light.
Gotcha. Awesome. You shove the rod into the ground, and it begins to sparkle as the magical gem in the beginning of it. Yeah, it begins to whoop, 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 whoop. Okay.
So we got our own little force field here.
Yeah. And then is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Because it goes to Drell.
Okay, so with the demon dead, Drell turns to the cultist to his left and just says, "Looks like you're second." And I'm just gonna hit him with the axe as well.
Ooh. Roll hit.
That is 22 to hit.
It's.
It is a 20 to hit,
It's.
and that's a nat 20.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. 65 damage.
Dead. This thing goes down as you, with the first 2 attacks, you decapitate him. You slice his head off. His head falls onto the floor, revealing a human but corrupted human face. You see that, like, a lot of his skin looks like it's like old and like falling off. It has like tinges of gray in it. It looks like the skin was like suffering or being plagued by a disease of some kind. And I'll say that some of the damage is even transferred to the one next to it as you move 5 feet to do 20 points of damage to the one that's near Minas, because they're so close.
I point to the one that I hurt a little bit, and I said, "You're next, buddy." And that is going to be my turn.
As you kill one of the cultists and deal the rest of the damage to the other one, helping Minas out, you see that one is very bloodied. And we're going to go to initiative 10, which are the 2 wizard-like people on the back. They're going to make some moves. Normally I would hide them, but due to the Rod of Alertness, it's going to use its movement to climb up onto the hill and just going to try to get around as it leaves its presence. And the second one's going to do the same thing as it tries to get around the wall of fire. The cultists in front of Minas, they're going to make scimitar attacks against you. You're gonna make 3 attacks: a 27 to hit, another 27 to hit, and a 10 to miss, dealing a total of 34 points of slashing damage as 2 of those attacks hit. The second one is going to hit Drell, unless you have a reaction, Minas.
No reactions here.
All right.
The one within 5 feet of me was swinging at Minas, right?
No, the one furthest. This one.
Oh, only one of them tried to hit Minas?
Yes, the other one's actually gonna try to hit you.
Whoa.
There's 2 in front of Minas. One on the left directly in front of Minas landed 2 attacks on him. And the one that's in front of you, Drell, is going to make swipes on you.
It was just a prank.
It's just a prank. 25 to hit, 24 to hit, and a 10 to miss.
So they all miss.
Oh, they all miss. Yeah, because you have 26
Yeah,
AC. Yeah, so
my
it's a
AC is 26 right now.
It's actually 27.
Shing, shing, shing.
Oh yeah, it is 27. Yeah. Don't forget that extra. Sid like blocked the axe like standing like on his armor. I am going to also riposte one of those attacks. I'm gonna the one that I told is next. That's who I'm gonna try to hit him. And that is a 22 to hit.
Hits.
That's 24 damage.
Yeah, because it was already damaged from your previous attack, it falls to the floor as you shove it into his chest, and then he falls off your blade. You see that the other cultists that still need to go, take a look. The one up on the hill to your east behind you, Drell, and to the right of you, Minas, and to the northeast of you almost. See that he, instead of advancing, sees that like one of them dropped and another one's like pretty badly hurt. He takes out a whistle and he blows it. And you see that he starts to retreat back. He is going to dash away. He uses a dash action and begins to run. And at the sound of the whistle, you notice from within the tree line, the two in the back that were casting spells acknowledge this whistle and look like they're also ready to go. The one in front of Eumenes is going to take a bonus. It's going to use his bonus action to disengage. It's going to use his action to disengage, so he doesn't take an attack of opportunity. It is going to attempt to run. And then we're going to move to initiative 20, which is Armos.
As I see them starting to retreat, I drop my wall of fire and then see which way they're trying to run. And right in front of them, they can either choose to fight us or run into the maddening darkness and start taking damage. So I cast Maddening Darkness, which I can cast 150 feet away, and it has a 60-foot range. So it's basically they're either choosing to fight us or run into this crazy darkness that's over there that's gonna start damaging them from this point on.
You see that one of them gets caught in the maddening darkness, the one that originally dashed. How much damage is it going to do off the bat?
They have to make a wisdom saving throw of a DC 18, but they would take 20 damage.
20 damage. You see that the one that runs into that was the furthest away, the maddening darkness is cast as this sphere of pitch black evil magic forms, and as that one disappears from the view of the other cultists, you hear these screams as he falls to the ground and succumbs to the darkness. And you see the other cultists look back at you as suddenly as the demonic presence they were showing towards you in the beginning of the fight has suddenly changed as their steps look scattered and hesitated as they look at the three of you, and you get the strong sense they are now intimidated by you.
You're damn right they are.
And that's where we're going to end this week's session.
Nice.
You're trapped in here with me.
Woo! All right, that was a great way to end the session. Honestly, just like on the upper hand, they picked a bad day to run into you.
Oh yeah.
They thought they had one on you with the demon, but nope.
Mm-mm.
The demon was you the whole time. Oh, we got a lot to talk about in the after show, but fellas, boyos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How are we feeling?
Good. Real good.
It was fun.
We feeling.
It was a good episode. I liked it. Lots of stuff happened. Some action, some lore, little heartstrings being tugged, all the good stuff.
Yeah, definitely want to talk about that in the after show for sure. Does anybody have any, as we close it out, anybody got any recommendations?
Over on Steam, Nexus event is happening, but maybe it's too late. But if you haven't got to, Steam now has demos for games, and oh my gosh, there's some absolute bangers out there that I suggest to go and play. Just a few off the top of my head. If you're a Call of Duty fan, Delta Force, it's free right now. You can go play it as the demo. If you're a Smash Brothers guy, Ethereal, what is it called? Rivals of Ethereal 2. It's a great Smash Brothers.
Rivals
PC.
of Aether. All right,
Aether, that's what it is.
Oh, someone's a furry. Okay. Hey.
It's really good. And then, there's tons of them out there. So those are just.
I thought you were gonna drop the TCG simulator recommendation.
Yo, TCG simulator. I'm talking about. It's my jam, dude. Turn that shit on, dude.
We already suggested this.
Dude, I've been playing so much. I blink.
Oh, unless you guys did it.
Dude, I play that game. I blink and literal hours have passed. I don't get it. There's no conflict. There's nothing. It's so fun. It's so cozy.
I heard they got the Pokemon mod on it now too.
There's one for like every card game now. They're all so good. We'll talk about the other show.
Yeah. Ooh, I got a TCG rec in the after show too. I just discovered it yesterday and it's fucking huge.
Ooh. All right, we'll talk about it then. But you know the deal. We're going to go ahead and move on to our Patreon supporters. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed this session. Fellas, why don't you go ahead and give your most Reginald goodbye?
See you later, guys. Goodbye, everybody. Later.
You see here, Armos, what you gotta do is you gotta just say goodbye like you really mean it, like goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Hey, it's me, Drell, and welcome back to Drell's Bodacious Bodatorium, the only gym for all the right muscles. And thank you again for your memberships. This gym palace would not be the same without all of you. And I just have a few house clean announcements I need to make, and then I will let you get back to your sessions. First, the Shadow Smugglers. To the Dread, with the sauna being out of surface, I've seen you playing a lot of pickleball recently. And take it from me, I used to hate that game. Like, really hate it. Like, I thought it was stupid, and that everyone that played it was weird. But I was wrong. I played that game once, and now I'm hooked. So, I've decided to rename the pickleball court to the Dread Memorial Athletic Court. I know you're not dead or anything, but I think it sounds a lot cooler. Alara Dawnstar, the Blend and Bulk Fitness Smoothie Station, has been running smoothly with you as the newly appointed manager. I have seen several SIDs also now employed there, and they seem very hard at work actually. And now that I think about it, I only really see you standing around and talking to friends. And I actually also have never seen any of those friends pay. Okay, I feel like we may need to revisit this new appointment. Reese, although the yoga and meditation classes haven't really been a great hit, I mean, literally to this day, the only people who have attended them are Minus and Kemi Joe. Minus has agreed to pay a premium membership to keep the classes going. So for the meantime, we can continue to do so. But if that seems to end, it's back to the cycling classes for you, bucko. No exceptions. Julius Kendrick. Julius is unfortunately back on suspension once again. I've received a report that while we were trying to get the sauna back up and running, there were SIDs being locked in the sauna during testing, and they became more like raisin little pebbles. I mean, it's not funny, but I will be looking into this further, and he continues to be on paid leave until I can get to the bottom of it. Next is our Bloodshard Bandits. Reigns, as you know, the semi-annual Drell's bodybuilding competition is right around the corner, and I heard you're the favorite. You know how Minus can get when it comes to gambling and stuff, so he's actually started a gambling pool, and you are the favorite. Well, all I'm saying is, you, my friend, are my ticket to one heck of a lot of gold, so don't let me down, and good luck. Morgan Ulthil. Miss Sid has told me that you've been volunteering a lot at the companion daycare, and since the last volunteer has, had that accident with putting their arm in the dire wolf's mouth, and, we've been short-staffed. So, anyways, I would like to offer you the job here at DBB. You will receive a 3% discount for your own companion drop-off. Welcome aboard. Next is Artemis. It has been a pleasure having you as the unofficial, official, but still technically unofficial bouncer of the gym. Having all these sad little people with their poor gym etiquette, filming their videos, trying to go viral on Yiki Yak, and just being absolutely shut down by you has been hilarious. Please keep up the good work. Next is Tanner Smith. I want to again welcome you to the gym. Although you've started to scan your ID only once upon entry, and again, I would like to thank you for that. The "you get that, bro" with the double finger guns after every single time is completely unnecessary. Trust me, we got it, bro. I promise. However, I do have to give you kudos on your sick workout outfits. I don't think I've ever seen you wear one more than twice. Next is Sly. Since you were the creator of the Wage Room, I would like to also name it after you. How about something like Sly's Slithatorium or Sly's Extra Rava Rageatorium? Ooh, something like that. I think that's actually got a good ring to it. Okay, well, you know what? Let's workshop this. If you got any good ideas, go ahead and put them in the suggestion box. Rommel, I found your help with repairing the sauna to be extremely important, and I'd like to thank you for it. However, there's been reports that both you and Rom Sid are leaving around traces of sap all throughout the gym. I, again, ask you, please keep an eye out for all the sap, because it's also a fire accelerant and we don't need any more of those. Next is a Sidgick College alumni, David LaChance. I've heard that you are one of the people who like to hang around the Blend and Bulky Fitness Smoothie Station, talking to Alara to get free smoothies. Well, not in this town, bucko. No one sips for free, and I'm gonna need to start seeing some gold. Craig Dawnbringer, I don't know much about you, but I want to welcome you to the DBB with open arms. I also heard you're a pretty serious contender for the semi-annual Drells bodybuilding competition. I also heard you like to take the glamour muscles pretty seriously, and I can respect that. So good luck, man. You know, don't win, but good luck. Next is Punk. Punk, the turnout for our performances have been so good. I mean, most of the people show up when you're playing alone and everything, but then they always have something come up or have somewhere to go when I get on stage. So I think what we're gonna do is, instead of Tuesdays, Fridays, 6 to 8, we're gonna go Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and then we'll move it up 4 to 7. So then those people like that had something to do don't have it anymore. So people can watch us. Robit, I noticed you've started to protest outside my establishment against the eating of bread. Now don't get me wrong, I'm no fan of gluten either, okay? But my customers need a place to park their horse and buggies, which is why I've now given you the pool area to conduct your protests since we don't have a lifeguard currently. Next, Saint Chaos. Saint, the shipments, wink, have been received well, and I have absolutely no complaints. I have, however, sent you my own package, something I've created for my own supply, and I hope you try it, and I hope you like it, and please let me know how awesome it is, because it will be awesome, right? Sergio Rodriguez. Sergio, as mentioned last time, we here at the DBB, we pride ourselves on safety, okay? However, that does not mean you need to make sure everyone else is following the rules as well. We do have staff in place to do so. You can't just point your finger at people while they're on the treadmill, man, alright? If you do see a violation, please happily report it to your closest Sid. Next is from Brea's Heroes. Mr. Man with Glass, Odie Mel, and Iscore Storm. I understand Team Freeze Tag has joined alliance with Team Tennis versus the Team Pickleball in battle for the Dread Memorial Athletic Court. You have been seen painting Tennis Rules Pickles Drool on the pickleball court. I wish you good luck in battle. You will need it, especially if I see you painting that again. Ripcord, Toby Large, John Carroll. What part of Miranor is still on a 6-month ban do you not understand? And guess what? Now it's an 8-month ban. Do you really think with a fake mustache and a wig I wouldn't recognize him? Wait, however, I think I have seen that mustache before, or someone else with the same mustache. Never mind. Johnny Tar, Caitlin, and Taslin. I see you are now a gang called Team Pickle, and you are fighting for your right to play a way lazier, way less athletic, extremely simple at times version of a game called tennis, aka pickleball. And guess what? I'm on your side. I completely agree. Tennis is overrated, and I hope you win. Drown, Native Nightmare, Grant Fairman, and Chip Tube as the last remaining contestants of the semi-annual Drells bodybuilding competition. I want to wish you luck. I do not know much about you, but since you've been training here with me at the good old DBB, I'm sure you'll make us all proud. You know, just not too proud, because you do too well, I lose money. All right, well, that's all I have for everybody. Thanks again for all the love and support, and I will see you next time. Drell out.